Okay, can I ask everyone to please come forward? The rain is on the way. Let's try and beat the rain. Monbouquette, can you bring that crew forward?
Right, man.
Has anybody seen Monbouquette? Hey, for those in back, can you swing right around the front? Otherwise, you're not going to be able to see the speakers.
Yeah.
Yes, I know who he is. He's the pitching coach of...
Must be an election year. Monbo's running for mayor. He's out there shaking hands. You know, if you get a chance, look at all of the headlines from 1962. That's what he was referred to as Mayor Monbo. Look right in the front there, Monbo. I'm getting a little nervous there.
Read that, Bill? I can read it.
All right, I'd like to call today's ceremony to order and ask the American Legion Post 45 Color Guard to post colors.
Report time. Present arms. Colors are posted.
And ask the Mondello Band to lead us in our national anthem.
Ready?
At this point, I'd like to call upon Reverend Richard Swan of the Wesley United Methodist Church for our invocation. Reverend Swan.
If I may be permitted a couple of asides. First of all, as the manager of a Babe Ruth team that has played on this park a number of times, I'm grateful for the name change. Maybe it'll change our luck. But secondly, as the manager of a Babe Ruth team, I think I know what this field that others like me means into the way that they develop in this community. I'm grateful that there is enough vision in the city to make sure that there are ample places for kids to play and develop and have the opportunity to grow. And we thank you all for that commitment. Will you pray with me? Gracious God, on this day, we come now to dedicate this field to you and to the youth and young adults of our city in the name of Dill Monbouquette. As we gather, we give you thanks for the wisdom and commitment of those who saw the dream this playing field represents, and especially for the youth of our city. May those who play here know the joy of victory, but more importantly, may they come to understand that it is far more important to grow than to win, to become a person than to become a winner. May the games played here celebrate first the spirit of sportsmanship and the ability to be part of a team striving together to achieve. May each person who steps on this field to play grow in skill and grow as a human being. All of these things we ask in the name of the living Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. For some of the youngsters here, I'd like to give a biographical sketch of the life of Bill Monboquette. Then we'll have a number of speakers, and then we'll come back and we'll officially dedicate the field, and then we'll have a pitching exhibition by Monbo with some of our baseball players here from the city.
Oh, yeah?
We gather here today to dedicate this baseball field to a man who has dedicated the greater part of his life to Major League Baseball and to the true meaning of Mustang pride. William Charles Bill Monboquette was born in Medford on August 11, 1936, and lived on Elliott Street. He began his education at the Dame School and then moved to Arlington Street, where he continued his education at the Hervey School in the Hobbs Junior High. He entered Medford High School in 1951, where he played for the Medford High School soccer, hockey, and baseball teams. In 1952, he joined the American Legion baseball team, where he played for Coach Gus Hennessy. Coach Hennessy pushed Bill to be the very best. Many a winter day, Bill could be found here at Playstead Park shoveling out an area so he could practice his pitching. In 1954, Bill was named the most valuable player in the National Hearst Sandlot Classic game at the Polo Grounds in New York City. During his high school career, Bill's team won the Greater Boston League title and qualified for the state baseball tourney, where they advanced to the third round. In addition, Bill was named to the All-Scholastic baseball team. He graduated from Medford High School in 1955 and was drafted by the Boston Red Sox organization and signed his first professional contract by Fred McGuire. He played ball with the Boston Red Sox from 1958 to 1965. On May 12th, in 1962, really, the more things change, the more they remain the same. You remember those trains a few years ago. But on May 12, 1962, Bill set a then American League record, striking out 17 Washington Senators in a single game. That record was broken by two little-known baseball players thereafter. One was Nolan Ryan, and the other was Roger Clemens with 20 strikeouts in 1986. On August 1st, 1962, Bill recorded a no-hit, no-run game against the Chicago White Sox and was a 20-game winner in 1963. Bill was a three-time American League All-Star, starting the 1960 game and being named to the 62 and 63 teams. Bill closed out his playing career after stints with the Detroit Tigers, the New York Yankees, and the San Francisco Giants. From 1969 to 1975, he was the New England scout for the Yankees, and in 1976, became the pitching coach for the New York Mets organization. From 1977 to 1981, Bill served as the Mets minor league pitching coach, and in 1982 became their major league pitching coach. In 1985, the Yankees beckoned Bill once again, and he became their major league pitching coach. In 1991, Bill moved on to Toronto to become the Blue Jays bullpen coach and continues today with the Blue Jays organization as their minor league pitching coach. 1998 will mark Bill's 44th year in professional baseball. Despite a most productive 44-year baseball career, Bill is most proud of his three sons. Mark, a flight instructor for the United States Navy, Michael, a captain in the United States Marine Corps, and Merrick, who runs a logging company in New Hampshire. Bill Monboquette has made Medford proud by spreading Medford pride throughout our nation. At this point, I would like to call upon a teammate and close friend of Mombo's, affectionately known as the Monster. Probably the first pitcher that I ever saw pitch at Fenway Park, arriving late for one game, Dick Radatz.
You never came in late to jerk me out of a game, Pesky. I'm going to read this. This is from Mr. Lou Gorman. Johnny was going to read it. You just see, he just arrived. I'm really impressed with the crowd here today. There were days when we were with the Red Sox, this would have been a heck of a crowd. They never booed us in Boston. We usually outnumbered them. It's an honor for me to be here. And let me read this note from Lou Gorman. On behalf of the Boston Red Sox, I want to extend my sincere congratulations for the honor of being bestowed upon you and the city of Medford, Massachusetts today. It is most appropriate to have a ballpark in your native city dedicated in your honor. You had an illustrious major league career. You have been a great credit to the game both on and off the field. I've had the pleasure of working with you in the past. I've always found you to be highly professional, hardworking, and totally dedicated to your profession. On behalf of the Red Sox organization, we again congratulate you for this well-deserved honor. We will always be proud that you wore a Red Sox uniform. James Lou Gorman, Boston Red Sox. Who must be pitching today? The wind's blowing out. A few brief comments. I was honored to play with Bill for 5 years. We've become and have stayed for 35 years. Very close friends. And I can truthfully say that I never played with an athlete that was more dedicated and harder working and persevered more than Bill Monbouquette. And I had the honor of saving a few for him. That 20-game season, I think 19, but it was mentioned about the no-hitter. Bill walked Al Smith in the first inning of that ball game on a 3-2 pitch, which was a strike, and the umpire missed it. And that's true, and that was the only guy that got on base that day. Could have been a perfect game. Great pitcher, great man. The youngsters that play on this field in the future have the intensity, or half the intensity, the dedication that Bill Monbouquette had. They're going to work out real good down the road in the field of life. Thanks for having me, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
We're very honored to have another Red Sox great with us, both player and manager, a close friend of Mombo's, Johnny Pesky.
All right.
As usual, I'm late. Bill, this is just a great honor for you, and I have to concur with the monster said, Dick Radatz. We had fun the years we played, and
Not right.
well balanced. But your 20-game wins when I was the manager, I think that's the only time you won 20 games, and I had to be the manager. But I had nothing to do with that. Any youngster who comes to the ballpark, you know, when Bill played for us, and I was managing, well, we didn't have to worry about a guy like, he liked to run, and sometimes he would run too much, but a guy worked so hard to prepare himself for a ball game. He's a little bit like Clemens in that respect. With Radatz, he didn't have to do that. But he had such great strength. But Bill, you're a joy to have a guy play for you like you are. We became good friends, even though I got fired. However, baseball is a great game. As you know, I am not from around here. As a matter of fact, I'm from the West Coast. I count with Williams and DiMaggio and Dorr. There's some pretty good names there. But however, we decided to make our homes here. I know I love this area. I've been here my whole adult life, and I wouldn't change it for anything in this world. The people around here are great fans, and they're great human beings. and it's a pleasure to be associated with people like that. I know Rico, Petrocelli, and Conley are here. I know they want to say a couple of words too, because they have great admiration for this man. He's been not only a great player, but a great kid and a fine individual. So Billy, good luck, and God bless you, my friends, and always the best. Thank you.
We always have surprises and programs, and we're very happy that Rico and Gene are here. Rico, would you like to come forward and say a couple of words?
Yeah, I'll be brief.
Rico Petrocelli.
I just want to tell you how happy I am to be here to honor with you, Bill Monboquette. You know, I was a young kid growing up in New York, actually, and I used to watch Bill play all the time when he came in for the Red Sox. I was just a little kid. I know that I'd be his teammate someday. But as Dick said, the one thing about Bill, besides his great ability, you know, he was a real student of pitching, but his work ethic is just absolutely fantastic. I remember when I first came to spring training in Arizona, before I made the big league club, after everybody was gone, Bill would be out there doing wind sprints, working on his pitching, any other part of his game that he had to work on. And that really impressed me and a lot of the young players. So I want to thank Bill for that. I want to congratulate him and also congratulate Medford for this honor for him, because I don't think you could have a better guy. You'd have a field named after him. So Billy, congratulations, and just thanks for being a good friend.
The record for most home runs as a shortstop. And I think he still does. 40 or 44?
Me, I'm 38 years old.
We'll give him, he said 40 today, we'll give him credit for 44. Everyone's in a good mood. Another close friend of Mombo's, and a great player, Gene Conley.
I really hadn't planned on speaking here today, but I would like to say this, that I roomed with Bill. I think I did on the road from time to time, and we spent, I like to say, most of the time when we were on the road, we spent a lot of time in the hotel room, going over the hitters, talking about how they all their weaknesses and strengths, because we were both right-handed pitchers, and also he's just a wonderful guy. And usually we close the evening by reading our Gideon Bible. Good to see you, Bill, and congratulations.
Mama, we have to compare some of his stories with Mr. Riley's, who you grew up with around the table, but because there's a little discrepancy on some of those items. I'd like to call upon a gentleman who made pitchers' lives a lot easier during his career. Another good friend of Mama's, Jerry Moses.
I apologize for being late. I got lost in Medford. I spent half my early life here.
He's like
good friends here. I remember Bill. Bill has always been a kind of a father figure to me. If you look at him, you can understand the difference. And when I first came up, he was my mentor, though. He told me where the dog died really quick. One thing I just had never understood, Billy, how old are you, 73? You've lived in Medford, in the surrounding areas all your life, and you still can't speak English. I love you, Bill. This is great. I'm happy to be here. I'm sorry I'm late.
Are there any players we missed? Okay, obviously, for a day like this to happen, you need tremendous cooperation within the city government. And one of the major players in this whole dedication today were the members of the Medford City Council. And I'd like to ask the City Council President, Bob Maiocco, if he would come forward.
Mumbo, you look around this crowd, when you played, these were the type of crowds that you had at Playstead Park watching Mumbo pitch at the high school. Victor, remember? Those were great days. We can bring them back. But, you know, my regret is when I went to Medford High School, Mumbo was a few years ahead of me. And I taught for the high school for Arthur Kersey. My only regret, I was thinking of what happened in my career, that I wasn't old enough, or Billy wasn't young enough that I could have caught him, because I watched him pitch at Playstead Park, and I think everybody would agree. He was the greatest to come out of Medford High School. And I'm proud to have worn the Mustang blue and white, as Mumbo did a few years ago. Those were great days. And he, as I mentioned, had a great career as a professional. And the Medford City Council, we played pitch and catch on Tuesday nights, occasionally. And the resolution that came from Bob Penter, that was initiated on the council floor, and we certainly all supported, of members of the Medford City Council supported. This was a great idea. Josephine Ritchie brought it to our attention, that this is an idea that should have been embellished on, and it's appropriate, I think, that we in Medford, and Medford High grads, be noted for their dedication and their accomplishment in education and business and sport. And certainly today, Phil Monboquette has made us proud in the past and makes us proud today for the great accomplishments that he had for the city of Medford and also the Boston Red Sox. Mumbo, congratulations.
Now, if you look around today, many of us are reliving a part of our childhood, and certainly our next speaker is. But he was a gentleman who originally introduced the resolution to my office, to the park board, to name a certain portion of the park after Mombo, and then we worked together and decided to name the whole field on him after him. He's a close personal friend of mine, City Councilor Bob Penta. I want you all to see this.
Take a picture. Take a picture. Take a picture. You'll never believe it. What's going on here? What a city, huh?
Listen, I just want to say one thing, and please, those standing behind me, my back is not against you on purpose. That's just the way the podium is set up. This was an original concept that was initiated by Josephine Ritchie and her brother-in-law, Fred Piero. And when it was introduced to me and we thought about it and discussed it, we thought it would be something great for this community. But it's not for the adults of today, but it's for the youngsters that are sitting here now. Now, you might be wondering why I'm wearing this uniform, especially the retired people who came here to do the roast. The difference is that my field of dreams was every time I went to the ballpark, and more importantly, when I came to this ballpark and played here at Playstead Park. A fellow by the name of Lenny Dempsey gave me my greatest of all my opportunities to play. Always being the youngest person on the team, but he let me play. And they were great moments. And those great moments were driven by this gentleman because he probably never even knew that I was the person that would even be thinking about him. I remember him when I was in high school, in junior high school, listening to him pitch, watching him pitch, and knowing that what he gave to Medford someday was going to come back and bless this community. So to all these kids who have the shirts on, to all the Little League teams, this is not a place to play baseball. This is a place to see an opportunity take place. A field of dreams, like in the movies, where greatness can take place, and you can have a pride not only in your community, but in the sport that you play. This gentleman gave to this community something that a lot of ball players that are in this park here right now, whether it's Victor Garrow, whether it's Angie Marauder, whether it's Bob Moyaco, and I don't mean to leave anyone out, whether it's players like that, Tony Cangiano, whether it's players that went through the city, played in professional sports in the minor league, maybe never had the opportunity to make it all the way to the major leagues. But this gentleman played when there was only 8 teams on each league, American and the National Leagues. He made it when it was the toughest of the tough to do it. By today's standards, he'd be a 25-game winner, and he'd be making $15 million a year. Unfortunately, he didn't have that opportunity. But you know what he has? He has something, a legacy to give back to this community. He did it the old-fashioned way. He worked at it the hard way. And he earned in our hearts and in our community the greatest of reputations.
to have something named in his honor while he is alive. And I think that's a great memorial to be had in front of the Monbouquette. I would like to thank my close personal friend, the mayor of this community. On more occasions than not, we do agree. It's just the philosophy of getting to that point. More importantly, and my colleagues on the Medford City Council, who I think, and all the people within this community, I think it's a great day for the city of Medford. It's a great day for sports. It's a great day for kids. But more importantly, it's a day well-deserved and earned for Bill Monbouquette. Thank you. No difference from Tuesday night. He goes on and on and on and on. But I noticed Bobby and Bobby missed some of their colleagues. I want to recognize them for their efforts too in making this happen. And City Councilors Keating, Puccini Burke, DiGiacomo, Donato, and Maloney. Thank you very much. And the members of the Park Board for asking and making this day possible. They are members Carr, Sweeney, Volpe, O'Brien, and Brunacini. We thank them very much for I'd like to introduce for a bow today's the chairperson of the event, Josephine Ritchie, for the great job she did in organizing.
Come on, Joe.
Thank you to the Post 45 Color Guard. No, the reason they're here is because Monmouth played Legion ball, and we thought it was, as a matter of fact, they wanted to be here to help to honor him. So we thank the American Legion Honor Guard, as well as all of the members of the Medford Department of Public Works. And although it has not been unveiled yet, we want to thank Dave Devaney and Oak Grove Memorials for the plaque that he's put together here in the stone, and based upon past performance, you should be doing all right. It should be a great stone, and we thank you for everything you've done. Well, at this point, I'm about to introduce the person who we honor here today, but I want to take the history, the city back in history just a little bit, to August 1st and August 2nd of 1962. And for all of us here in the city, we listened to the Red Sox games. But on August 1st, we listened a little more intently because our own Billy Monboquette was pitching at Kaminsky Field versus the Chicago White Sox. And Dick Radatz alluded to it earlier, is when he pitched a no-hit, no-run game. And only one man made it to base in that particular game. At that time, I was listening to the game with my dad, who was the mayor of the city, and he said the first thing we're going to do is declare Billy Monboquette Day here in the community. Call the Boston Red Sox organization. They told us that they were flying into Logan Airport the next night. And as I look around and see the faces who are here today, many of you were there 32 years ago, or 35 years ago, for Billy Monboquette Day. And we called the radio stations and told them that we would honor our local hero. At the same time, the state of Maine declared it Billy Monboquette Day in the state of Maine. And people all over the country were so enthralled and focused on this young man and the accomplishment that he had just completed. When we got to City Hall, my father expected that maybe there'd be 40 or 50 cars and we'd have a procession with the fire and the police department and head into Logan Airport to meet the Boston Red Sox and our hometown hero. Little did we know, by the time we got there were 1,500 people standing in front of City Hall and approximately 1,000 cars that had goofed up traffic in all directions in the city. In trying to organize and put that parade together and take it through from Medford to Somerville, to Cambridge, to Boston, to East Boston, and coordinate with the police. And all the way along to have people just joining in on this parade was quite a scene. And I was a young guy who was very excited at the age of 8 because I drove in the lead car with the chief of police son, who's still on the department today, and that's Charlie Donovan. And his dad was the chief back then. As we traveled all the way in there and the parade kept getting bigger and bigger, I could hear my father on the radio saying, if one person gets in an accident, I'm ruined politically, this whole thing is over. And it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger until Charlie got a little carried away. We got to Logan Airport and the state police stopped everybody. He told them he was the advance team
And Charlie and I were driving around out on the runways waiting for the plane to land in the Medford cruiser. And as a young man, I'll never forget, coming off the plane, Eddie Brousseau, Frank Malzone, Billy Monboquette, and so many of the other guys that you've heard here today. And at that particular time, I've kept, for 35 years, 2 photos from that particular time. One when you picked me up and had the little kid in your arms. And unfortunately, when I moved 10 years ago, I put it in the middle of a book so it wouldn't get damaged. And I can't find the book. But I do have a picture that I would like to give to you, which is a picture of us listening to you as you get off the plane and you were speaking to everybody. And in the picture is your brother, your sister, your dad, Chicky and Evelyn McDermott, Georgie Sacco, Representative Ferrulo, Chief Donovan, myself, my mother, and my father. Mambo has a lot of meaning to us. It is with a great sense of pride that I dedicate this field to our hometown hero, Billy Monboquette. Billy.
I'm overwhelmed here, really. I never expected anything like this. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Medford City Council, the Park Board, and for all you Medfordites. And I don't want to, I better not forget Lisa, because I don't want her mad at me, right? Rico, Johnny, Dick, Jerry,
Gene.
where did the time go?
I don't know, but you haven't changed at all, Billy.
That's my sister.
Favorite sister, actually.
I want to thank my Medford High School teammates, Medford Legion. Those were great days. Angelo, are you here? Angelo Marauder? Well, I guess of all of the nice things that happened to me on this park, one of the toughest games I ever lost was in 1952, 45 years ago, when we lost to the Milford Legion. We lost 2-1, and the reason why I'm playing Angelo, I wish he were 20 feet tall. Because when that line drive went over second base, it rolled and it rolled all the way into the brook out there. And we ended up getting beat 2-1. I've been blessed. I had good coaches. I can remember as a 9, 10, 11-year-old kid, Dickie Desmond, the All-American hockey player at Dartmouth, was the park instructor here. And I can remember Tony, who took care of this park like it was Fenway. And he wouldn't let you on it, because back then I had Senior Legion and all that, and so, but I've had many, many thrills in baseball. but I'm going to tell you right now, this tops it. You pitch a no-hitter, you win 20 games. You spend 11 years in the big league. And then something like this. It's just overpowering. Something like this, to me, is very monumental. And I'm grateful to everyone who had a part of this. Josephine, you've been great. I know my closest friend, Gus Hennessy, would be very, very proud. And I'm sorry my mom and dad are not here. I guess along the way you have to have great friends. And I have had great friends. And for this, I'm very grateful. Bill Brennan, you've been one of my closest friends. And I can still remember and taste your mother's chocolate cake, German chocolate. Bill's mother and father treated me like I was one of their sons. Like I said, 45 years, baseball's been great to me, and I owe everything to it. So again, I say thank you for coming. I see so many people here that I have not seen for, I'm going to say 40 years. Glad to see some of my teammates who I haven't seen for many years. I haven't got to see that stone, but wow, like I say, I'm overwhelmed. Thank you very much.
We also had a note from a good friend of yours, childhood chum, Digger Dow, who is in Florida. He's moving today. He couldn't be here, but he wanted to remind you that he taught you everything you know about baseball. The Mondello Band will lead us in God Bless America.
Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountain to the prairie, to the ocean, one would go. God bless America. My own
program somewhat here before we unveil the stone, because I know everyone is going to mock it. I'd like to call upon a good friend of all of ours, Reverend Larry Titus of the West Medford Congregational Church, for benediction.
Well, this has been quite a day, brought together by a person that I didn't know existed. I grew up rooting for the Milwaukee Braves. What can I say? It's also been a momentous day when Bob Penta and Michael McGlynn can say that they're really friends. We've got a mixture of sports, politics, country, and God going on here today. And what can we say but what a day. So in the spirit of all that, let us join together for the benediction. Benediction meaning good words, and we've had good words all day. So as we leave this place with the memories that have engendered this gathering, with the hopes that come from these young people remembering what has been done here and their future, we go with the knowledge that God is with us each and every day.
Okay, we are going to unveil the stone. Now, as we do, I'm going to ask Mombo if he would come forward, and I'm going to ask for your cooperation. What we'd like to do is have a picture with Mombo, the former Sox players, as we unveil the stone. Then the Monboquette members of their family, then the members of the City Council, and then the members of the Park Board. I would ask all of you, in military style, just move swiftly and quickly so we get this done, because we are also going to have a one-inning game that Mombo will give us a little pitching exhibition on. So at this point, I'm going to ask Mombo if he will cut the stone. And I'm going to ask Stephanie, do you have good eyesight on small print? Can you read well? I'm going to ask you to read the plaque. Mombo, that's your knife.
That's your knife.
Just pull it off.
I have to get over there a little bit.
William Charles Bill Monboquette Field. Bill began his renowned baseball career in this field in 1952 as a member of the American Legion Post 45 squad and later at Medford High School. In 1954, Bill was named Most Valuable Player in the National Hearst Sandlot Classic game at the Polo Grounds in New York City. Drafted by the Boston Red Sox, he played with the team from 1958 through 1965. On May 12, 1961, he set a then American League record, striking out 17 Washington Senators. On August 1st, 1962, Bill recorded a no-hit, no-run game against the Chicago White Sox. He was a 20-game winner in 1963. Bill was a three-time American League All-Star, starting in the 1960 game and being named to the 1962 and 1963 teams. Bill closed out his playing career after stints with the Detroit Tigers, New York Yankees, and San Francisco Giants. He has distinguished himself as a scout, coach, manager, and executive for 3 different Major League franchises. Dedicated by Mayor Michael J. McGlynn, November 1st, 1997.
Ryan, push those guys back just a little, all right?
Oh.
Why don't you get around the back? Around the back of the stone, yeah.
Wow.
Albert J.
Come on in here, big guy.
Everybody right in there? Push back up just a little bit, guys. Okay?
Big love there.
Hey, Jace!
Please don't.
Oh!
There you go. Okay, gentlemen, right there. Fine, looking right here. That's good. That's good.
Right here?
Okay. You remember that too.
Everyone have what they need? One more?
That's ours. Great. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay.
Members of the Monboquette family, who, by the way, Bill neglected to introduce. Bill, do you want to mention some of your family members?
This is my brother, Teddy, and his wife, Kathleen. My sister, Kathleen, Kathy, my husband, Joe. My sister, Danielle, and her husband, David. So there's my nieces. Where are they? Come on over. There's a lot of them, that's right.
Yeah, thanks to Janelle.
Okay. Come here, right in. Younger shot in front. Younger shot in front.
We got small kids, we put them on the sides right here. There you go. One up right here.
Yeah.
Put you right over here, come in to me. Right in there, we have any more kids? Any more kids? No? Okay.
Move right up on the stone.
Move right up.
Like alternate heads. There you go.
That's good. That's fine, Bill, everybody. Okay, that's it. Fill right in there. In between shoulders.
Hey, couple from the back. You want to come right around the front? One knee right in front of the flag. Come on, right on here. We have someone else in the back we can't see. Come right around the front.
Okay. All right, everybody. Just give us a little bit of room. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on, wait.
Hold it.
Great, thank you.
Everybody?
All right, we're going to make one quick change here. As the Monboquette family leaves, I'm going to ask the post 45 honor guys to move right in around the stone. 3 more shots. The rain's holding on.
Ready, get right up.
Move right in. Pull it in tight. Right up in the end.
Come right in here.
Okay.
Come right up that way. There you go.
There you go. Oh, nice. Smiling. Commander Mason. Smile. There you go.
Hello.
Over here.
Look right at me. Okay. Right here.
There you go.
That's fine. Hold on, one more. Excellent.
Very good. Okay. City Council. Members of the City Council, please come forward. In 1 second, okay?
It's on the good terms. He's going to be the mayor in a few years.
I thought you'd be the swiftest. Come on. Okay, hurry up, the rain's coming. Mason, Commander Mason. Attention, move out. Stephanie, who's missing?
Yeah, move up. Move right up.
Yeah, moving it tight. Okay, oh yeah, there you go.
Okay, everybody looking right here. That looks really good. Hold on. There you go.
Hold on.
Is that what you need? Okay.
Okay, members of the park board. Oh, come in.
That's fine. Move right up here. That's fine. Nice and tight.
Wait a minute, Jack. Jack, wait a minute, no.
That's separate. Okay. Gentlemen, look right over here. Look right here, gentlemen. That's fine. One more, please. There you go. Thank you.
All right, one more. Albert, one more.
Yep.
You get the whole microphone. Jack.
Okay, there you go. Right like that. That's fine. Okay, gentlemen. That looks really good. Looking right here at me. That's fine. Hold on. There you go.
One more.
One more. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
One more.
Fortunato. Ready?
Great. Right here.
I want my picture with him.
Thank you, Bill.
Who's going to take my picture with him?
One more.
All you want. Just let me get some trouble.
Even
Joe. Fine. That's right. Joe, right here. That's big smile one more. Here you go. That's it.
Well, we go ahead and then we're going to start the game. One with one. All right, if they're just taking a couple of final shots here, is the baseball team on the field?
Michael!
Does the team take the field? Oh, there you are. Peter Davis. Could you set up everybody except the pitcher and catcher?
Nobody's taking any answers.
Well, he's going to take him in a minute.
Get him in it. You take it. Come on, you can come in with us.
Okay, Marbo's going to have to, last pitch, and then Marbo's going to have to take a break to start the game, and then he'll be back for more. Yeah, in a minute. Tell Bob, hey, Lisa, tell Bobby Scary he'll throw the first pitch, and then we'll stop, but we have to go now before the rain.
Yes, you've been lucky.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
You know it.
Is it time for batter up? Mr. President, are you ready?
We're ready.
Hey, Mr. Manager, you can only go to the mound once. Now pitching number 27, Bill Monbouquette. Batter up. Now pitching in the red short shirt sleeves, Tuesday night special, Bob Penza.
Ball it back. Bobby, if it's down low, let it hit him. Don't get under pressure. Don't hurt the pitcher. We want a new pitcher.
Seems the pitcher is having a tough time trying to find home plate.
The manager there was. He's been waiting to do this for 10 years.
Yank him! Yank him!
No speeches. Give him the hook.
Hey, I think it's time to get the hook out.
Get him out of there! Get him out of there!
Justin, watch out! Justin is in trouble. Come on, Justin!
Be a bat.
Watch out, Justin!
Bob Maloney, report to the bullpen. It seems that our favorite son hasn't lost his touch. Jack Buckley, report to the locker room. Your uniform is back from the dry cleaners and the hairstylist is here.
Okay, buddy, get going. Get around the clock there.
Hey, Fatter, try swinging. It works better that way. Slow dribbler. Pitcher's got him.
Hey, Franny. Franny.
Strike two! That's it! Lose your ring! We have to call the game!
Fun, huh? Yeah.